Hi Bafet, I'm back with another video, Bafet, another day, another doll. So Mashudu Sadiq has written an article here saying Malema calls for DA to leave the GNU, paving the way for the EFF entry. So Malema has been maintaining that he can't work with white monopoly capitalist apologists, DA, according to him. And he cannot work for Abo AfriForum in Freedom Front Plus, I mean. So he's asking them to leave the GNU, or is waiting for them to leave the GNU in order for him to enter the GNU. I don't know if you think it's a good idea or not. Do you think it's right? It's a right stance for him or not? Malema calls for DA to leave the GNU, paving the way for the EFF entry. EFF President Julius Malema has again called on the DA to leave the government of national unity, effectively making way for his political party to join the government. And you heard on Stenisen telling Donald Trump that the reason why the DA is in the GNU is to prevent MK Party and EFF from entering the government. So they're not in the GNU to improve governance in South Africa. They're in there to prevent certain political parties that are for black people. So I don't know. Malema remarks comes after DA threatened to withdraw from the national dialogue due to what they perceive as President Cyril Ramaphosa's failure to address corruption within the ANC. The DA's ultimatum to Ramaphosa stems from President's decision to remove DA MP and Whitfield as Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry. The DA claims that Whitfield's removal was unjustified and that Ramaphosa has failed to take action against corrupt ANC ministers. I told you guys that insubordination in black managers is more serious than performance and corruption. They like to be listened and to be followed around, but they don't like competence and competition. Malema, however, sees the DA as ultimatum as an opportunity for the EFF to join the GNU. At the weekend, Malema criticized the DA's decision to join the GNU, saying that they should have allowed the ANC to govern as a minority party instead. That's my stance also. That's my stance. Now they're helping the ANC to continue plunder and loot South Africa. They should have let the ANC to rule as a minority government and have no power in passing any policy, in passing any budget and anything. Because anyway, they pass these budgets in order to squander the man. If the DA was anti-corrupt and pro-poor, they should have allowed the ANC to govern as a minority party. Nothing was forcing them into government. They should have stood outside and allowed the ANC to constitute its government and continue to oppose the ANC if they want to do so. Malema said, "You are damn right, Malema." Malema also emphasized the importance of respecting government protocol and the decisions of the president. There is a president here, whether they like it or not, they voted for him and they must respect government protocols. If they don't want that, they must step out and let the ANC do its own mess, and we all oppose it collectively, Malema said. That's what you should have played, the role you should have played. You should have played the role of being in opposition party. People of South Africa were eventually going to vote for you. Hopefully. There is no reason to complain because they knew they were going to into a marriage with the ANC corrupt government. These are unnecessary threats, he said. You cannot oppose the government you are part of. They are in government, and whatever decision President Ramaphosa takes, they are part of that decision because they are part of this mess, Malema said. And Malema, you hit the what in the nail, you hit the snail in the nail. Shades Konkosin. The ANC has a minority government in Gauteng. They refuse to work with the DA there. So the DA can freely express itself without hesitation because they are not part of government. However, do they travel overseas without permission of the president? That is not government, that is anarchy, Malema said. Malema comments indicate that the EFF is positioning itself to potentially join the GNU in the future. If the DA were to leave the coalition, it would create an opportunity for the EFF to negotiate its way into the government. So now we want to enter the GNU and help the ANC continue to plunder the country, man. Guys, come on, guys. Come on. Just let the ANC be the minority. Just let the ANC die. I mean, silent death that is going on. Stop helping it in reviving it. There's nothing we're going to lose as people of South Africa. There's nothing, trust me. you might gain actually. Malema's comments indicate that the EFF is positioning itself to potentially join the GNU in the future. If the DA were to leave the coalition, it could create an opportunity for the EFF to negotiate its way into government. Malema previously said, we are waiting, we are going to enter this government, we are just waiting. When they start fighting with Helen Zil-Siangena, we are entering, Malema said, hinting that the EFF would be ready to step in when the DA and the NC differences become irreconcilable. We are patiently waiting for the DA to leave the GNU so that we can participate in government, Malema said, hinting that EFF is ready to take on a more significant role in South African politics. Political analyst Dr. John Malema said the EFF's call for the DA to leave the GNU has significant implications for government stability. The DA's decision to threaten withdrawal from the national dialogue has already created tension with the coalition, and Malema's remarks are likely to exacerbate the situation, Malema said. Yeah, guys. So what do you think, guys? You think Malema's threats are good for the GNU, or they bad, or they will strengthen their relationships? Saying, yeah, dump him, I'm ready for him to marry him. So guys, continue subscribing, like, and comment down below. Press the notification bell also. This is Mzansi Political Channel, and this is your boy Simple. See you in the next video.